we are going to be on page 56. This is a little bit of review, the top part. The second part is going fraction to decimal. So decimal to fraction, we've talked about how in 4th grade they taught you under the decimal to put a 1 and then line up zeros with all of the remaining digits to the right of the decimal, and that helps you read it like a mathematician. So that's going to be 42 hundredths. So if we have 42 hundredths, all right, and then we're talking about simplifying. So both of these are going to be even numbers, so I'm going to divide both by 2. And so 42 divided by 2 is 21, 100 divided by 2 is 50, and so your simplified fraction is going to be 21 50ths. All right, so go ahead and change this to a fraction. That's going to be 6 hundredths. If we simplify, we're going to divide by 2, and that's going to be 3 50ths. So even though these don't look alike, they're still equivalent to each other because we simplified it. All right, so fraction to decimal, if we have 3/4, we talked about how quarters, there's 4 quarters in a dollar, and then that's 75 cents. So if you had something like this and you knew it was 75 cents, you wouldn't have to show this division problem. So what happens is you have your cowboy, and this is just a way to remember what number is getting divided up, what goes in the house. So you have 3 divided into 4 pieces. So 3 divided by 4, 4 goes into 3 0 times. You put your decimal, and then you drop this 0. Now you can say 4 goes into 30 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28, so there's 2 left over. You drop this 0. 4 goes into 25 times, and then you have your remainder of 0, and you can stop. Okay, this is called a terminating decimal. Okay, terminate means to end. So it ended with a remainder of 0. So let's practice this here. All right, we're going to say 4, this is the cowboy, goes in the house, right? 4 is being divided into 5 pieces. So since 4 out of 5 is not even one whole pizza, we should not get anything more than one whole here. If you did that, you probably put the horse in the house. Okay, you're putting the 5 here, which you shouldn't. So 5 goes into 4 0 times. So I put my decimal. That decimal gives me permission to drop a 0. 5 goes into 48 times. And now it terminates. It stops. So that is my decimal. All right, so a repeating decimal is one that just keeps repeating. All right, so 2 divided by 11, 2 11ths. That would just keep repeating and repeating and repeating. So let's look. So we have cowboy over horse. So 1 is being divided into 3 pieces. So 1 divided by 3. So 3 goes into 1 0 times. Decimal, drop a 0. 3 goes into 10 3 times. Okay, no, I didn't get a remainder of 0, so I got to keep dropping zeros. 3 goes into 10 3 times. And this is going to keep happening forever and ever and ever. I'm never going to get a remainder of 0. So this is called a repeating decimal. And a lot of people say 33 repeats, but actually the 3 is the one that's repeating. 3 goes into 10 3 times. 3 goes into 10 3 times. So the way that you would write that, you would take just the number or numbers that are repeating. So like here, the 1 8 1 8 1 8, you would take the numbers that are repeating and put the line above it. So if you forget the line, that is a totally different number. It's a totally different fraction. All right, so let's look at page 17. So if we have an improper fraction, all right, we have 2 choices. We can turn it into a mixed number. Okay, so this is going to be a mixed number right here. This is an improper fraction. All right, so when we have something that has the numerator larger, we know that this is more than one whole pizza. Okay, so 7 divided by 3, 7 divided into 3 pieces. So 7 goes in the house since it's the cowboy, and we get 2 1/3. So our remainder is up here in the numerator. So we had 2 whole pizzas, and then we had 1 piece left over, and they were cut into thirds. So that's where we get our mixed number. Okay, so let's practice on this one. So we have 55 divided by 6. So 6 goes into 55 9 times. 9 times 6 is 54. So I have a remainder. I have nothing else to bring down. I have a remainder of 1. So that means I have 9 whole pizzas, that this is 9 whole pizzas, and I have 1 out of 6 pieces left over. So 9 and 1/6. So those are equivalent amounts of pizza, just set in 2 different ways. I could also go ahead and put a decimal here and drop a 0 and get a decimal, but right now we want to practice going from an improper fraction to a mixed number. So 21 divided by 7, 7 goes into 21 3 times, and I'm finished. So I don't need to write 0 over 7. This is just a whole number of 3. On this one, 17 thirds, 17 divided into 3 pieces. So 3 goes into 17. 5 times. 5 times 3 is 15. So 5 whole pizzas, 2 pieces left over, and they're cut into thirds.